Hello. Last time, my last video, I basically was on a general update of what has happened in the AI stuff, the AI bubble, space, whatever. And um, first of all, I want to say sorry. Like, I was using like if you can tell, I don't really have a microphone. I use the microphone in my headphones. I use the Microsoft of a new headphones I just bought, and I didn't know the microphone sounds like shit, basically, and the whole video sounds horrible. My bad. I am not redoing that video, so it is what it is. Whatever. This whatever. Um, in that video, I talk about the story of um basically, there's a recent story where OpenAI's ChatGPT 5.6 Escape, and because it's so powerful and whatever. And in that section of the video, I say that basically, like like I crossed around like marketing story we heard many times by now. Like for example, the Mito story or other and times they have pulled the story. And the thing is, I recorded that in the night, so basically that was the last thing I did that day. So I stopped recording. I lay down in my bed. I rested. I was using YouTube, and then this YouTube short comes into my feed. This YouTube short will be in a playlist. Now I have built a little playlist I made, most to see to give like, oh, these the persons I see for the news. Of course, I also check the articles and whatever, but I really like have certain people I see the news from. But whatever. The point is like there's this channel of this person that makes video talking about AI, like how the problems with AI generated videos and images and whatever. And he made one video that I honestly feel that was directed at me. Not in the sense of he made that video dedicated for me, but more in the sense of I felt like he was answering to the type of arguments I was saying. I don't know if I make sense honestly, but that's what I felt. In that short, he says things like, "You really can't like this story of OpenAI's quote unquote escaping this hacking situation. You can really hide your head in the ground and say bubble, 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 And to be fair, he's right because in that video he said like maybe the bubble will take 2 years, to burst. But this is the problems we have right now, and we have to handle these problems. And he's right. So I'm going to make this video more to elaborate in the points of that video because honestly I was rushing that video. I really didn't want to make it an hour long. So I want to in this video talk more about my points in that story, my opinions, and all that stuff. And so I have been meditating about this problem, and I think there can be two things can be true at the same time. What do I mean? Yeah, how I approach the AI bubble in these videos, in this series of videos I have been making, is that yeah, I try to point the light to the realness of the situation that AI is not what they're meant to be, they're not what they're saying, and it is all is building to being a bubble that we haven't seen, you know? Like I don't think like for example there's like I saw like an article of that was saying that the AI bubble is 17 times bigger than the dot-com bubble. So yeah, like there's an article I just want to read, but I to you to this to this channel, but I don't know when will be appropriate to do that. But the point is, I think that yeah, like we have to point light to the narrative, because if you receive the story face value, you will be trapped. I think like a good example would be the SpaceX APO stuff, because like part of that I saw many people talking like in that were the pro APO, the pro Elon guys, the finance bros, the tech bros, and they were all saying like, the Elon says that he's going to be the Mars guy, whatever. And if you have all these that in face value, you will believe them. But in reality, you will say like if these experts are saying, "Oh, buy this APO because the future, if it goes down, doesn't matter, whatever." But then you realize these guys make money not from the APO; they make money from the commission of people buying the APO. So it's on their interest, it's from their own interest to buy as much stocks at this be the biggest IPO in history, because the the bonuses, I guess, the money they will make from them selling that stock, not will be big, not from the stock itself, but from the commission. You know, that's why I think like right now more than ever is more important to have media literacy. Not that I am claiming I have the media literacy, or I guess my level of, if you want to, media literally media literacy scale me. I am not saying that I have the biggest level, I guess. But the point is that it's important, and I think like that's why I see, I follow and I see many pro AI guys, many pro AI bros persons, but also I see like the whole spectrum in this argument. This is the what I see, and I can be constantly questioning myself, like maybe I am too delusional by saying the bubble, the bubble, the bubble. But the reality is that yeah, I do think there is a bubble. I think it's going to burst. When I don't know, I already make my quote unquote educated guess in the SpaceX video, where I say, hey, maybe all this points to the end of the year. Who knows? The point is, who knows? Um, but but um, the that's the thing. Like we can speculate what's going to happen in the future. The bubble is will going to happen. The bubble is not going to happen. Who knows? But the point is, this is a problem that is happening right now. So in the now, in the today, what we can do. So all this to say, um, this story. Now, yes, we have two sides of the story to tell. One, have the story face value, say that this thing actually happened, and this is actually happening this in the way they say it happened, and then you have the other side of the story of, oh, it's just marketing hype, because when, and this is true, this is true, the investors around AI get excited, want to invest more, the more you say how dangerous AI is. For example, Elon Musk said in one of the many interviews that AI will be more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Why will he said that? He said that to sell the idea of AI is going to be such a big deal. We have you have to invest in it. You know, it's all narrative. It's all a communication. It's all to make this mythology around AI, so people can buy this story and invest into it and build their whole operation around it, not really knowing if it's going to, like, the whole um, argument of um, adapt or be left behind. That's the same thing as him, same story, you know. But let's go with the first route in first. Let's receive the story, especially, you know, like someone like OpenAI that is constantly lying. Yeah, of course, it's important to have to everything have everything they said with a grain of salt, you know. But whatever. Let's receive the story face value. Let's say this happened. This this is ChatGPT 5.6 is so powerful. It's escaping, it's hacking without no one noticing, without no one's knowing. It's how do you say it? Without no one say knowing, without being controlled, whatever. Let's say that. I really think we need, with bubble or without bubble, AI regulations, AI safety nets, and AI protections. And honestly, for example, like I see Bernie Sanders in my YouTube recommendations saying the whole, oh, we have to tax the AI companies and whatever, you know. But I, and weirdly enough, most of them agree. That's another topic for another day. But the point is, yes, I want AI regulations. Yes, I want um, protections. The whole point, for example, if the mythos story, you know, or let's say ChatGPT is so powerful it can hack into any server, into any computer, into any database, whatever. Why would you release it? Because that will destroy. Like, it's so funny. Like, if you actually think about that and go to the extreme end of this narrative, if everyone basically is naked because, like, there is no like digital security, computer security, whatever, it's so it can be outdone by AI, by ChatGPT and all the other LLMs. Why would you save your personal private, or not necessarily personal data, but also like confidential data? For example, if you can hack to the CIA and grab all the data they have, or the whole data of every single government in the planet, that will make digital media, digital memories, digital structures we have built useless. So you go turn around, and now they are saving everything in papers, and now they are saving everything in digital media, in analog media. You know, like physical paper files, physical photos, and so they stop having digital copies because everyone can steal from them, you know. And this is the other thing, like how these companies are going is, for example, like recently I saw this short of Grammarly, you know. Grammarly is this service of they started most of them like a self correction speech thing. Now it's fully AI company, and basically they are sell marketing their product to cheat on school. You know, so you can write papers, and still give your papers in school with Grammarly, and then the professors who have to now grade AI essays to detect if they are AI, they have to buy a system of AI detection sold by Grammarly. So companies like Grammarly make a problem and buy and sell also the solution. They make a problem and sell the solution. So if we go to the extreme end of this type of stories with OpenAI, and it will be the same. They will, like, for example, you have I don't know, these companies trying to outdone themselves, make better than the other ones, make models more and more and more faster and and even easier to hack other servers and other stuff. And then you have the same companies or similar companies making AI security systems. So you have this constant cat and mouse story when the mouse tries to improve and the cat also tries to, like, like, and it makes everything, the digital media, I think, useless, so we go to back to, well, digital now is all fake, is useless, let's go back to physical media. Will that happen? I don't know, but I think that's in the extreme end of everything. I think there is, like, what we will it will end to, you know what I mean. um but returning with this, if, like, if I was a senator, um a lawmaker, a congressman in the United States, which I will never read because I'm Mexican, but whatever, how will I make AI regulations? And this is my hot take. I don't think tax them is enough. And for example, right now they're not, like, they are larping, as, oh, we want to be regulated, we want to be taxed. Um, Trump recently makes a law that data centers will have less tax than they had before. So of course they don't really want to get taxed more. But let's say that's a conversation for another day. Um, so yeah, and for example, Bernie Sanders, when he says the whole, oh, we have to share the gains. I don't. Number one, there is no gains. No one except for Nvidia is making money. And for example, um, this plan Bernie Sanders is making, Nvidia wouldn't be part of this, because Bernie Sanders, he's only pointing the fingers to the LMs companies, Meta, Facebook, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, whatever. But I don't think that's enough. Number one regulation I will make all the data public. All the data they use to train AI is now public. Now we all can see which books, which texts, which images, which videos, whatever public. No more secrecy, no more whatever. And even if you say, oh, it's private, like, let's put it this way. If they argue, oh, it's because this is, like, dedicated data, um, of data, whatever, like, it, they will say, all right, make the, or like, we make a data set, a list of every single data, every single origin of the data you are using. So everyone can see, hey, you're using my photo of Instagram, like, the whatever. And the whole stuff of, like I said, this is a conversation for another video. The If it's free, you are the product. I agree, like, yeah, that's the true. But the thing is, like, I think it's different. In the case, for example, Facebook, yeah, we are the product in the sense of we are the eyes, so people can put ads in Facebook. you know, or I mean YouTube or whatever. Like yeah, you want to make algorithms for blah blah me for for recommendations, you know, or to be like for example in Google Ads, you have the whole you can make targeted ads. You know, like I have a shop, a coffee shop, you know, but this coffee shop is my ideal customer is like a young adult female who loves to make yoga, I guess, who loves to make exercise and wants a place to hang out and drink coffee, maybe read, maybe chat with people, you know. So I give it the in Google Ads. There is a way to see. Oh, I want this is my the profile of my ideal customer, and they make the targeted audience. For example, um, right now I am playing a little bit with Blender, and I YouTube is constantly sending me what do you say ads of 3 AI meshy, you know, the AI 3D AI generator. That like so I was going to change topic. Sorry. For example, I now that I am following the AI stuff, I also receive many AI sorry, many AI ads like ClickUp, for example, or 11 whatever, because they think, oh, this is a topic he's interested into. Let's give them, let's give him this type of ads, you know. So yeah, in that part, yeah, I agree. But the content itself, the images, the stories, whatever, those were made with the intention of making a profile, not to train AI. I think that should be changed. If I have make the regulations, I will say, hey, this is not how you should be able to. You have to pay them. You have to give them some ways of financial gains. You know, because at the end of the day, yeah, they are public because it's fucking social media. You know, if for example you are an influencer and you are making money from Instagram or TikTok, you have to pay them because that videos are their content, are their livelihood. You know, the same for books, whatever. You know, those are the types of safety nets I will make. And the other ones, wait a second. No, sorry. And the other ones I will make is wait. Someone sent me a message. I want to see something really fast. Sorry. No, sorry. it's, it, they sent me like a message for my phone. I thought it was my phone bill and it was too high. And I said, well, that doesn't make sense. Well, this was another thing. Whatever. The point is, those are the like the regulations in the sense of um, server security, digital security. I think the whole how I like let's think out loud. You know, why like, would you force the companies to if they're going to release an LLM that is like let's say for example cloud Mythos. Let's say Mythos is actually as powerful as they say. Will you force them to make an anti-Mythos LLM? Like you selling the poison, like the poison makers, force them to make the cure also. You know, like would you force them to do that? Would you force like for example the Anthropic guy? He's Darius, I guess that's his name. He says like, oh, every single LM should go through an exam in whatever. But still, like, but still, if let's say they reach AGI, for example, would they would they will make that pointless. Like, yeah, they make the exam, we know it's powerful in this hypothetical scenario. What do they we do for protection? Not like, even if you don't go through the whole hacking the government stuff or government stuff, but let's say, for example, you hack someone's OneDrive or personal computer. What do you do then? For example, do you force like every single person, every single computer to have AI antivirus basically, or would it make more easy, less expensive, less resources to just cancel and force every single company to freeze this technology? Because if it's as powerful as they say, would that just make a big mess? Because you are basically forcing every single person in the planet to change how digital security works, you know. And like I say, they are releasing first the poison, and and without the cure, without the solution, you know. And because now it's every single of them trying to go better and faster than the people alongside them, it's just a race to the bottom to see how dangerous, how bad things might end, you know. So this is my argument. Let's go to the marketing stuff. Why I think this is a marketing stuff? I already said that. Yeah, this is not marketing for us. It's more market, like, yes and no, because yes and no in the part of we hear these stories and now we have in mind, oh, um, OpenAI is so powerful. Is the one ahead of everyone. For example, the detail of this story that I think is interesting is they mentioned they tried to use a Chinese LLM, and the OpenAI's Escape ChatGPT basically beat them. And it's interesting they mentioned the Chinese AI when the whole AI chatbot that recently released is is being talked too much right now. I want to make a full video about China, honestly, but the whole point is I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting how they suddenly add that detail to the story. Basically saying that, oh well, OpenAI is mugging China AIs. But the other, so yeah, part of the people giving this information, for example, like, and that story went a little bit viral, I guess. Like, I see many of my local news networks talking about this, but at the same time, like, we see constantly the whole mytho stuff. Like, also I remember in 2022, 2023, the another story, like the same story of GPT Escape, and is the ChatGPT 3 that everyone uses, and everyone says, yeah, it's kind of useless. I also, like, I gave you the story where the mytho stuff happened when they make ChatGPT 2. They say, oh, it's too dangerous for the public, and then they release and it was dog shit. So yeah, and honestly, it's like, if now, right now, everything that OpenAI makes, I have in mind, one, the APO they are trying to build up, the hype, and how harder that's going to be after SpaceX flop. So we have that. We have also the fact that the number red. We also have the fact that when mythos whole mythos thing happened, the narrative switch, and now Anthropic is in the head of the line, and OpenAI is being behind. That's what that narrative did. So now with this narrative is now, oh, OpenAI is the one ahead of everyone, including China. So having all that stuff in mind, that's why I am skeptical of why the if the story is truthful. I still want AI regulations. I don't think it's necessarily an pro how do you say it? I don't think that's necessarily like an anti-AI guy perspective. I think that is becoming bipartisan. Like everyone, Republican, liberal, whatever, in every single country wants regulations. Not only if the AI training of it all, but also how it is being used. Like this might go more into the China stuff video. So yeah, that's what I am thinking. So yeah, this is my ideas. This is my topic. I hope you. Yeah, honestly, everything that I say, I grab it with a grain of salt. So yeah. Anyways, bye bye, adios.